how you water down shit so it don't be watered down. You fucking get whatever it is you trying to get, then you use it the way you know to use it. Then you check to see if you're using it correctly. That's not watering it down, but you're getting the chance to use it and make mistakes if you're going to make some mistakes. And it clarifies you, whereas watering shit down makes you avoid making mistakes.
You wanna end yourselves. You're depressed, you're sad, you're lonely, and then here's the key of their drug they laying on you. What do you always say? How do I get my girl back? How do I get the relationship back? You don't want her back. You want the feeling she gave you because you couldn't give it to yourself. And that's why all these things are going wrong with a lot of you guys, based off the fact that y'all ain't learning the motherfucking game the way you should be.
You learn so much at SW. For instance, we cover things like timing and flow. Without those two things clicking, you will never catch that woman you after. Timing has to do with how fast or how slow your conversation is coming out your mouth. And flow has to do with how you phrase your statements, so the words will flow clearly from your mouth. It's imperative that you have a spiel that introduces or brings the conversation in.
Regardless of what the woman says, or it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter, because he sees himself as a prize. And gentlemen, if you don't see yourself as a prize, you will always run behind women. You will always run behind pussy. It's just a rule of the game, dog. It's just how it is. But what I'm saying to all you guys out there that's important, guys, again, is that the thing is that you have to have some kind of a composure in yourself and a belief in yourself that most of you guys just don't have. The man, or what I tell you, the villain, the guy that gets the woman to want to fuck him and want to be with him, he understands that the real allure and magnetism, again, is not trying to bombard somebody, as I was telling you guys before. It is all about the element of his appeal that he has and holds to himself.
You can if you want to, but I wouldn't just start hitting on the bitch. No, I got 4 or 5 things of interest to me that I'm going to say to her, and her interest with these things is going to tell me if I should talk to this bitch or not. I got a plan for everything. I have a plan for everything. So if you don't, you better get with it. You got to have these initial lines, and you got to be able to spin them smoothly. I teach my students to expect to win. In anything you're doing, expect to goddamn win. If it's about eating breakfast with some partners, still, I ain't trying to be the first one finished, but I'm expecting to win at that. I don't really know anything that I would do that I wouldn't expect to win. And I always do, because I'm expecting no more than what I can do.
Your reality versus the reality we're trying to put you into are worlds apart. Okay? There is no failure in my world. I keep telling you, y'all don't fail. You never fail in your new reality. But when you have an expectation of pussy and you don't get what you want, you see it as a failure because you labeled it as failing.
on the scene, breaking down the play, learning what it means. Picking up women, got the scheme locked in. Macking so hard, got your head in a spin. Rolling in the whip, bass thumping real hot. 808 bumping, every line's a plot. Teaching all the moves, slick talk, straight facts. Confidence so high, ain't no looking back. Game tight, never fumble, understand. Mental playbook, always got the upper hand. Picking up smooth talk, know the plan. King of the scene, no one else can. Mic checking, Dean preaching from the stage. Rosebud, smooth charisma, never age. Track the bass, heart straight, every bar's a sage. Breaking down the code, living in the maze.
Got a queen in my frame, all gas, no brakes. I'ma ride till I'm gone. I love this pimpin', baby, sing my song. Yeah, it's that real game. Lace up them boots, slide in them heels. Let's talk that talk, walk that walk. Hey, baby, know what time it is. I'm Rosebud.
Oh, you're here with the one and only Rosebud Pedestals, my dog.
What is going on, Dean? God damn it. You know,
ace.
the thing about life,
Yes.
is you can get a shot of revitalization.
Yes.
All you gotta do is keep chasing shit.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. Women love that shit. Women love men that do that, bud. Shout out to everybody.
And shout out to every motherfucker
Yes.
that's here, man. And you gotta understand, as long as you looking for some shit, you know, well, in reality, I wasn't looking. Man, let me slow down.
Slow it down, bud. You got it, man.
And I met me some cuties, 2 different cuties. I'm talking about my age, you know, all that slick shit, you know, look good, all that goddamn shit. But I had a hard time keeping my mind, because believe it or not, I listen to what me and you be talking about. You know this shit me and you be talking about?
Yeah.
I've been listening to it as far as with my relationships. And, you know, I've been trying to keep a cap on how I go at what I'm doing. And, you know, they ended up liking me too. I liked both of them.
All right.
And then I started thinking about, you know, the do's and don'ts, you know, of relationships.
Mm-hmm.
People don't know, because I could have done this, could have made this mistake. But as I was thinking about doing it, I also thought about what I'm saying now. I didn't want to overshare, Dean. You know, I didn't want to overwhelm her with my life.
Yes.
Just meeting her. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Well, real quick, guys, lines are open. If you got a question, please put a Q. Go ahead and ask. If it deals with dating, women, sex, or the game, go ahead and ask, guys. We got you covered. Lines are open. But we're talking about today the 10 mistakes to avoid when beginning a new relationship. But you know, Bud, before we even get into that, I think one of the biggest things that guys go wrong is that when they get in a relationship with a woman, it's like they kind of tippy-toe, walk on eggshells, and try to create this perfect thing, you know, this perfect relationship. And
you're right. You know why that is?
What's up?
Because they don't get in enough relationships. They walking on eggshells because they don't want to fuck this relationship up.
No.
And if they get in a lot of relationships, they know relationships fuck up for different reasons.
Yes.
It doesn't even have to be something you're doing. It could be something that is unavoidable. You know, time schedules, if that's the case. What I'm saying is dudes need to realize, I mean, you don't want to make it a goal, but you got to really mess with a lot of women if you want to find the one that's you. You can't just run into this lady and she's the one.
Right. Well, unfortunately, okay. Well, and the reason why they make her the one, Bud, and this is why we're here to help them, is that they don't understand the game of having a relationship with yourself first. You know what I mean? But
Exactly.
they're so busy trying to fit into the narrative of what they think the woman wants to be, or they're like, you know what, I don't want to lose her and all this other stuff. Hey, I don't want to lose her, but I'm going to lose myself. How does that even work? Why would I even do that?
Well, you wouldn't, you shouldn't
Yeah,
purposely do it, but
yeah,
that's what they do. They
yeah,
opt to lose themselves to see if they can find this woman.
yeah,
Whereas this woman and you will never mesh unless you do. And,
yeah,
and you'll never know that unless you being yourself around her.
yeah,
And
yeah.
she can be herself. I'm saying if you mesh, you mesh. If you don't, if you bump heads or whatever, simply because you met her and you're speaking with her, that don't mean you got to try to make it work.
Right, right. I don't never try to make it work with women, but what I love to do is I love to give them a little bit of leadership and guidance to do the one thing that the average man won't do, bud, and that is show her how to have a relationship with herself. You know what I mean? See, I think guys think that they do everything from the surface. For me, because I have a relationship with myself, but you have a relationship with yourself, is that we can educate women and elevate women who are very insecure. You know, that's what make women women. I've always said that low self-esteem, low self-worth, but to start to have a relationship with themselves by watching the relationship we have with ourselves. What say you, Bud, on that?
That's absolutely true, man. You know, in commercials,
Yes.
have you noticed how few commercials there are for dudes because of their lack of ego? We got overweight dudes, we got dudes with receding hairlines, we got all that shit. Some of those commercials are coming on,
Yeah.
but I'm talking about for women, any little thing, there's 8 or 10 different commercials for it.
Yes.
It breeds insecurity.
Yes, sir.
I mean, they're comparing themselves with this perfect person, which this perfect person is a mannequin.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, this perfect person is a mannequin. And what I believe in and what you're saying is that if you really get a relationship with yourself, you are not going to need all this existential bullshit that you motherfuckers go for.
No.
Otherwise, I don't believe what people say as far as they say you should, really get to know whoever you're with.
Yeah. Well, that's okay, but that's what I always say. I don't want to get to know her. I want to show her to get to know herself, because getting to know her, she's a subtotal of every guy before us. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of these women, I'm sorry.
I said she is. I agree.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what, bud? The thing is that every guy before her, okay, if when we come in, okay, every guy before her, insecure young men out there, they have low self-esteem, which breaks her self-esteem even much lower. Or they're angry, bitter, or mean, or something like that. But when they meet us, we're calm in the storm. You know what I mean? We're something that she can say, wow, you know what? This guy is actually going to allow me to be me. But who is me, though? That's the thing. That's what I love. The who is me. And I love to do that and open them up to that and show them that, you know what? When you're with me, again, keyword, or with you, bud, we move totally different. Totally different.
Yeah, because not only that we know ourselves, we know the importance of what knowing yourself allows you to do.
Yes.
We know it because it allows you to go straight at this woman with no bullshit involved. You going straight at her, you letting her know exactly where you coming from.
Yes.
If you like it, fine. But if she don't, that's fine too. I ain't mad at you. I ain't got no anger issue. Part of what attracted these ladies, both of them, I did the same thing to both of them, really.
Oh, shit.
I let them know that, I ain't gonna be mad at you because you fine and, my age and all that goddamn shit and you don't like me. If you don't like me, just, you can't make me think it's something I need to work on. But
yeah,
but I'm saying You ain't gotta like me. I'm only fucking with you if you like me.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys,
They really understood that. These are some older women, man. You know.
Oh, so you got some older ones this time, no young ones. Okay, that's cool.
Oh, yeah, some older women my age, not 70, but you know, they my age, 60, 50 something.
All right, well, gentlemen, if you have a question, please put the queue. Lines are open. Let's go ahead and start with the very first one, guys. And guys, if y'all want to call in, got a question about the game, but let's talk about the first mistake that a lot of guys make about oversharing. Let's discuss that, bud.
You gotta have a personal life when you meet a woman.
Yes.
And your personal life is not just available to her because you're just meeting her.
Yes.
So you got to keep most of your personal life to yourself until that relationship develop far enough.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see the good things that you can share with each other about the personal life, because it's like dumping everything on them. Some dudes don't understand. That's like very emotional. If that's the case, that's emotional dumping, and it can overwhelm and create imbalance in that new relationship. What you think, man?
No, I totally agree. It destroys the rhythm and the tension and the mystery when you are sharing everything up front. But a lot of young men get nervous. They feel like they got to give her everything up front to keep her around, but it's like, I don't want to lose her, because in their mind, they actually think they're competing against other people. So in their mind, they're saying, well, I've got to give her everything to make sure that if she makes a decision, she's going to pick me. And I think that's crazy.
But that was what makes her not pick them. When you think that.
Absolutely.
She don't want that.
She doesn't want it. Yes.
A lot of motherfuckers don't realize, just like you wonder about her, she wonders about you. But you panic about her.
Yes.
I'm not saying women don't panic. Some of them do, but most of them don't.
Well, you know what, but women don't want to hear about your traumas, your fears, and your insecurities on the first few days. They don't want to hear that, because when you do that, it's like you rob yourself. But we are doors behind doors behind doors. You know how amazing it is when a woman's like, well, I thought I knew you, but you are just so much. It's like, because you and I are old school back in the day, where there was Roadrunner and Coyote, how he would have paint a picture on the side of the wall. Roadrunner go through him and he'll go right.
But it's just the wall.
Yeah, just the wall. But what we're saying is that what women love about a real man is that I'm learning more every time. Every door is a new opportunity to learn more about you, because you have so much depth. You have so much range. I learn more about you, but I earn those things. But we don't give it away. She's got to earn those things.
They earn them in however this sounds. I'm not meaning it any other way than what I'm saying.
Yes.
Once she does earn it, it can be taken away if she loses it. But she's not, because she's going to see the benefit to her that learning this shit and showing you she know that shit is going to be to her. It's a real benefit to her.
Yes, absolutely. And so many, and what guys don't understand why this turns her off, guys, when you overshare, okay, women will always be attracted to discovery. They don't fall for people who explain everything too soon, bud. They fall for the man. Right. It's layers, man. It's layers.
Dean, what they don't understand is you have so many different layers.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You don't have knowledge of all the layers you have.
Yes, absolutely.
Because what I'm saying is you have layers that haven't been discovered yet.
Yes,
but
absolutely.
Because you're ready to discover layers, you believe in them. Whenever it comes up, you're going to be able to dig deep into it, whatever it is. They're going to say, my God, I didn't know you was this deep.
Oh yeah, and they like, I love everything about you, and that's the draw. And Bud, a lot of these guys out here, guys, and please write this down. We're trying to help you out. If you got a question, go ahead and ask. The lines are open. But they confuse Bud access with connection. They spill.
Access is not connection.
Yes, absolutely.
Connection is connection.
It will always be that way. Yes.
You need to doggone understand the difference between the two words. The difference between the way you understand the two words. Because if you trying to connect, you liable to be doing some shit that's not really you. And this is another thing that you got to watch out for. Don't pretend to be somebody you're not.
Right. That's what you're not. Yeah. Yeah. And that a
Or
lot
of this shit to work. But if it takes you being somebody you're not, then you should move on.
We got a question here. Hey, sir, make sure you put a Q when you ask, but we'll do this one time. But follow directions, sir. Put a question in there. Put a Q and we'll answer this. But I got you. He says, how much do you think location matters in dating?
Location? What do he mean?
Well, I don't know, because I don't think he understands about. Okay, well, villain, there is this weird mechanical thing called an airplane. They got trains, they got buses and cars. So what does your location matter if she can get to you? But I don't know what he's saying. He says, how much do you think it matters?
Well, it matters a lot if it matters, because what I'm saying is if it don't matter, it don't matter. I didn't have them, come all kind of ways. The train, the bus, the plane. It depends on what you want. If it's coming out your pocket, which I don't advise that.
Yeah.
I advise them, to be taking a trip or want to take a trip.
Yeah, or hey, take a trip to come see you.
Right.
And what you understand, or pay the ticket for you to go see her. I mean, it works both ways. I mean, you don't have to be the one coming out of your pocket, guys. If a woman is actually messing with you, she's going to do it because, hey, women have credit cards, guys, and women make money too. So their wallet works.
They do, man. But what I'm saying is you got to make her want to come.
Yeah. Yes.
We already know you want to come to her. That ain't really a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Getting her to see she want to come to you is the big deal. And that's what really not seals it, but the damn near seals it when she decides to pay for her ticket to come see you. Well, once you get here, I'll make sure you're comfortable and blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah. Yes, absolutely.
But I'm saying I'm not really finna pay for you to come because you may not come.
That's true. We have another question right here, Bud. He says, so if the woman asks a plethora of questions, okay, is she disinterested or just asking questions to weed you out? Would you just redirect where you want the conversation to go?
Well, first of all, you can tell when a woman is finna ask you 20 questions.
Yeah.
So you on the second or third one, you let her know I ain't finna be questioned. You just let her know. You don't go through all of that. That's what's wrong with you guys. They'll see who you are when you stop that shit.
Yeah.
I'm not finna sit here and go through 20 questions like you the police or something.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Well, the thing is, Bud, women are so used to asking questions because they're used to getting questions asked to them. They're not used to someone who can take a question but what we do, make a statement, or take a question and not only make a statement, but use that as a way to flirt with her, a way to seduce her, a way to make her smile.
We're not threatened by them having something to say.
Yes.
We're welcoming what they have to say because what they have to say feeds us. Because it feeds us to what we have to say.
Yeah.
We really do pay attention, but we don't really give a fuck as far as what they're saying because they women be saying anything.
Yeah, and when that sounds
good with their thought.
Yeah, and when they ask questions, I love to tell them, you listen. You can always ask questions, but you don't have to do that with me. We don't have to do that. And it kind of throws them off. Like, what do you mean we have to do that? Because remember, Bud, her reality is, what do you do for a living? When was your last boyfriend? What are you looking for in a relationship and all that other stuff? So she's trained by them to think that we are going to be the same as them. But I tell them that you can always ask me a question because I'm an open book. Both of us. You can always, we'll give you an answer. Sometimes you might not like the answer, but I'm going to give you an honest answer. But what I'm going to show you is really what it means, or train her to get to know me, Bud. I'm going to show her how to get to know me without asking questions, because the interaction we have, it has more weight than asking surface things. What say you, Bud?
Dean, I really believe if she's dealing with me, she's got to be stupid if she's not getting to know me. So I'm not finna put an emphasis on a getting to know me time.
Yes.
And talking to me is getting to know me if you know what you're doing.
Yes.
Because I'm certainly getting to know you as I speak to you. You know what I'm saying is, the more you can put that shit around to being on her, instead of it. See, dudes, they allow everything to be on them.
Yes.
And they can't stand it. So then when they can't stand it, that woman is obligated to take over if that's the case. That's why they want to call the shots. They want to say where we go eat. They want to say what you gonna eat, all this old shit. No, when you have when you meet somebody and you're gonna do whatever, you don't really ask where do you want to meet at. You say, let's meet over here. Woo woo woo. you say that shit, and because what I'm saying is, as opposed to being directed, you're a director.
Yeah, I'm the narrator. I'm the one that writes the book.
You gotta start directing.
Yeah.
Where you live, fuck location, or whatever that motherfucker was asking about. Fuck all that, because if she wants to see you, she's gonna make it as convenient as you want her to make it.
And that's the whole point. I'm gonna drop something for the guys after the show's over. Absolutely. Action is everything to me, man. I don't like words. Words are just hollow to me, dog.
That's all they are. That's all they are in most cases.
And a lot of guys get caught up in that because they're not used to women. So they think just because a woman says something that she actually means something until she starts doing something. Bud, we do have some other questions here, guys. Guys, if you got a question, go ahead and put a Q. Y'all, we got a bunch of questions. I like this. Great questions, guys. Let's get to this question right here. He says, how much information should I give out to a woman? All right. That cooperate and interested in getting to know me. I actually, what does he say? I actually assume there's certain things about my, okay, wait.
I'm actually ashamed of certain things about myself.
Why?
Amy, advice, help, thanks. Any advice, I think you mean any advice.
Yeah.
Helps, thanks.
So the fact that, okay, and this is why I always say people should not be in relationships if they don't have any game, because all you're going to do is bring her down, because you're going to dump. Okay, everything you're ashamed of yourself will always be the same insecurities that's going to make you run behind her. But you're going to run behind her. You're going to be that guy always helicoptering her, looking through her phone, questioning her, and you're going to beat her down. This is why y'all guys, if you're not in a relationship with yourself, like we said earlier, Bud, you shouldn't be dating anybody, because if you are not fine with yourself, how can you expect a woman, Bud, to be fine with you? What say you, man?
Well, you can't expect that. That's why people pretend to be somebody else, pretend to be another person, not realizing that they're setting themselves up for failure.
Yes.
The way you start out is damn near the way you should end up. That's why you start out proper, strong, and you can be that way throughout. If she gonna fuck with you, don't fuck with me at the weak tip. Fuck with me on the strong tip. What I'm saying is, make whatever commitment I'm thinking is necessary, and show me you doing that willingly, and I'm all the way down as far as what she needs from me with the guidance that I have.
Absolutely. We got another question right here. Phil says, "Good day to you, Phil. What do you say about guys who leave their friends and make her the center of attention?"
Well, that's two things. Leaving your friends ain't no big deal. Fuck your motherfucking friends. But if you leaving them to make this one new girlfriend the center of attention, then you being pussy whooped if that's the case.
Yeah, but I've always like say we go to the club, we go to a bar, even if we go to the movies and kick it, we're all going in separate cars because we used to call it getting the call up, bud. We hanging out, we chilling, we go to if we go to the club, then we go to IHOP or Denny's later on and shit, early morning, sit and kick it. And that's when we get the call up, what you doing? Come see me. I want some of that, I want to get at you. So we leave. Hey, it's not like, okay, bud, if you and I are kicking it and one of us get the call up, it's just like, hey man, I'm out. All right, do your thing. You know what I mean? We don't have to be like, why are you going? Why are you leaving me? You're leaving me for her. Yeah, you say there's two things, but that's the first thing I want to talk about. You should not be connected to your friends where they have to explain themselves to you. If you're with a bunch of wolves and sharks, bud, they're gonna get the call up. Bud, I don't care what we doing. Your phone gonna ring. She like, hey, I want to see you. All right, well, I'm going. Come on, I'm on my way. And you just like, all right, man, I'll holler at you later. That's it. You just break out.
You know what time it is.
Yeah. You know what time. Everybody see that's where you have game. But what I'm saying is that when you're talking about leaving your friends, it's like your friends are validating you, which is strike one. It's like you have your umbilical cord attached to a bunch of guys where you got to explain yourself to a bunch of guys, which is number one problem. And then the second one he has is that, okay, the only reason you're making a woman the center of attention goes back to the last question we had is because you actually hate yourself. And there's nothing that you have to offer a woman that is interesting enough for her to want to give you her attention. And I think this is where a lot of guys go wrong because you're looking for more like a mother figure than finding a woman. Bud, what say you, man?
Well, they don't know what they want in a woman. That's why that's one of the questions I ask at the beginning of every little group. What is your ideal woman?
Yeah.
And, they all have this fantasy about a 10 or blah, blah, blah. But that's not your ideal woman.
Right.
Your ideal woman is the woman that you didn't intend on meeting, but you like her.
Right. And here's another thing, and this is a Phil, you just replied back. And appreciate you, Phil. And Phil, please understand, what Bud and I are teaching is all teachable lessons. And please don't think that we're being hard on you. But this is the problem, Phil, because because you cannot articulate yourself like a man. Now you're kind of say, I meant to say, see, this is the problem with you guys out here. You have to know how to articulate yourself in a way that you don't ever have to say the words I meant to say, because that shows that you lack character and you lack things that turn women off. So
and it shows that he do not think things through.
He does not think things through, and this is a bad thing. But we're gonna go back to this, Phil, and go back to what you're saying, because Phil said I meant to say. So we'll wipe the board clean, Phil. But Phil, you have a lot of issues and problems that you need to work at. What do you say about guys who leave their friends? Well, this is what I just said, Phil. Are you smashing your boys? What? Okay, look, Phil, as I said before, it could be a box office movie. We at the theater, and we at the theater. We have a seat between us. We don't sit next to your boys and stuff. We have a seat.
See, another thing is he said he meant to say, but he did not change. He did change the words, but it's the same question.
It's the same question, exactly. And the thing, Phil, is why do you care? See, if you are with winners, Phil, with all due respect, they're gonna get pussy. They're gonna get the call up. So that means a woman's gonna say, "Hey, can I see you right now? Can you come over? I want to cook for you. I want to spend time with you. Are you free right now? Do you?" Okay, so let me get it straight, Phil. So you want me to say, "Hey, nah, girl, I'm hanging out with my boys," but no, I'd rather hang out with a bunch of guys. There's nothing wrong with hanging out with your boys. Please understand that, Phil. But if your boys decide to get up and leave, you just keep doing what you're doing. You don't say where you're going, why you going, and why you with her. Let that man do what he does, bud. What say you, man?
Hey, man, that's the first thing. If you don't want to be looking gay.
Yeah, you don't, man.
If you don't want to be looking gay, don't care where that motherfucker is going. Because if you could, you'd be going there.
Yeah. Y'all, yeah, man. Y'all, hey, guys, remember, a lot of y'all don't have the game yet. So when you start to get the game correctly, you're gonna have a new set of friends like wolves and sharks and shit. And at any time, they just gonna get up and roll and be like, all right, and it's like that.
Hey, man, winners hang out with winners.
Yes, that's it.
Champions do not fuck with runner-ups. Champions hang out with champions.
Yes.
Because only another champion understands there's never a day off.
Never a day off. Right. So yeah, even if y'all are hanging out and he rolls, man, it's like, all right, man, I'll get at you later. And that's it. That's all you got to say. It's an unwritten rule, guys. When you start getting this game, you start getting a lot of women and stuff, it's just a thing of, all right, man, I'm out. And that's it. And you would say no more. But you don't have to be like, well, I'm going over Sharon's house on the corner of 85th and Broadway. I'm going to be gone for like 5 or 10 minutes. And if I'm not back, you don't do that, man. Men don't do that, bud.
Real men don't do it. Real men don't neglect red flags either.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
When you see them warning signs, you got to take heed to them.
Yeah.
When you sit up and learn about shit like this and you don't take heed to it, the last thing you want is to be surprised by something that was clearly visible.
Right. And we have a call. Now, remember, guys, we're going to get your questions, but you got a call. We take the calls over the questions, but we'll get your questions as well. Area code 443. What's your name, sir? And what's your question?
What's up? This is Mike. What's up, Rosebud? What's up, Steve?
What's good? What's good with you, brother?
Yeah, so I ended up missing the show last week. I wanted to update y'all on what ended up happening because I told y'all I was going to let y'all know.
I call it. We don't know what you're talking about, so let us know. What's up, man? What's up?
Yeah. So I had the girl that asked me what I do for a living. I was supposed to say send a voice message saying my job right now is to make you laugh, smile, blush, blah 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 blah.
What's your question? So okay, what's going on? What's your question, buddy? What's up?
Yeah, so I just want to update y'all and let y'all know that like they all end up falling through. I did it a few times, but my question is, one of the things that I'm dealing with.
Wait. Let's back up real quick because y'all. Okay, the thing about y'all guys that's amazing me is y'all always run away from the problem, put a rug over the problem, move away from the problem, and the problem is still going to be there.
Yeah.
There's something that happened that we need to discuss first. Okay.
Yeah, you said you wanted to update us. What the fuck are you updating us on?
Yeah, what do you update us on? You're moving away. So you said they fell through. How did they fall through? What happened? That's important.
Yeah, so they just didn't respond.
Respond to what?
So I sent with the one girl I texted, I sent her a voice message saying, my job right now is just to make sure you laugh, smile, and blush when we're on our date. So cool. She just didn't answer that. Another girl, I sent
hey, do you know why she didn't answer that bullshit?
Yeah, I think
that ain't your fucking job.
What you mean?
Your job is not to make her laugh or whatever the fuck you just said. Your job is to represent who the fuck you are, which is the man she gonna like.
And that is gonna make her smile, laugh, and blush. So if you make it your job, then you're trying to pull something out of her versus B. You ain't
trying to be a motherfucker that's fucking her. You just trying to be a motherfucker that's fucking with her.
Right. So, okay. So Bud and I will make a woman smile, laugh, and blush, but we don't have to tell her we're going to make her smile, laugh, and blush. It's our presence and how we talk to them and how we make them move and how we make them feel.
And how we take things she said.
I think I misinterpreted.
Well, of course, that's what a lot of you guys do all the time. But go ahead. What's that? What happened to the next woman?
So another one, she just ended up, she told me she didn't live in the state. She was actually moving. Like she went to college here, graduated, all that. She went back home.
And what'd you say?
So I told her, so yeah, I want to ask you about that too. So I ended up telling her, well, like if you ever come back in town, hit me, or if I ever, come to your state, which I do plan on doing in the future, I hit you and then we can reconnect.
But okay, but let me tell you something. But I love, I like when you mess with women outside the state or they're not in your proximity.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like I can't turn her on. It's not like I can't make that pussy wet, bud. And it's not like I can't make her come back. You guys out here give up so quickly. And then
they don't have nothing that they depend on other than getting some pussy.
This is crazy to me, man. Why would you
depend on fucking when that may not even jump off?
It might not even be the case.
Hey, what's going to jump off if you're going to be able to talk to her?
Yes.
So then, rather than thinking about talking to her about fucking or talking to her with fucking on your mind, won't you talk to her with putting you on her mind?
Right. Is that right? And that's what I'm saying. That and putting her on your mind is stop trying to
putting her on your mind, putting you on her mind.
Putting you on her mind. Stop trying to force the sex and let her see the value in you by being like you and not like everybody else. You just showed her you're like everybody else and showed her that, you know what? All I want to do is smash you. So when we get back together, let's smash. And women recognize that. See, you that's the problem with you guys. Listen. There's nothing wrong with wanting to smash a woman, bud, but y'all are doing it the wrong way. You're showing your cards. It's like you're playing poker with your cards faced the other way, thinking that you got the.
So when a motherfucker say you got to make them laugh, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
All that shit. He's not saying that for you to repeat those words. He's saying that for you to make those actions. Whatever, I'm not saying you got to be funny or some kind of clown, but you got to be humorous in how you see life.
Yeah, man, you got to move totally differently, big guy. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. 100.
And that's
so. All right.
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead. We're listening. Go ahead, man.
Yeah. So now that you say that, right? So because flirting is important with any conversation with a woman, right? So my thing be
wait a second, wait. What is your goal for the flirting? Because let me explain something for Bud and I. Bud and I flirt not to get pussy. We flirt to show the value that we have a mouthpiece and we're not going to run behind you. We're the prize. So there's two types of flirting. You're either going to flirt to try to open her legs. We're flirting to open her mind. So what you're doing is not what we're doing, and that's the problem. You're trying to flirt for her. You're trying to impress her by flirting or doing whatever it is you're doing. Bud and I flirt because we're saying that if you're lucky enough to get with us, this is just one key aspect of which it's like we're a brochure, Bud. We're like a brochure. You ever see one of those brochures?
See, the thing is, man, these guys, they think what they think flirting. And when they do whatever they think flirting is, and it don't get the results that they think flirting should get,
yes,
then they don't get the lesson that flirting is not something you do and you expect this, that, and the other to happen.
You don't expect, right?
Flirting, you do what you do. It's like throwing the dart. If you hit a bullseye, you hit a bullseye, but your score is going to be whatever the fuck you hit.
Yes.
And rarely are you going to hit a bullseye.
Absolutely.
Right.
Flirting is you guys expect too much because you look for these fucking definitions.
Yeah, you're looking at all these things, man, versus just be. But go ahead, we're listening to you, buddy. We got you. But no, listen, look, this is great dialogue and you're doing a good job. So go ahead. What's going on? What's your next question?
I appreciate it because every time I call you always show me like more levels.
Well, that's what the game is supposed to do. But you know what? You're stepping up, you're asking questions. So we're here we got you, man. So what's your question in all of this? Because things didn't work out with those other women. So what's your question now? Because it was important to look at the problem that you ran away from. And a lot of you guys do that. you like, well, they didn't have, or anyway, this happened. No. There's a problem over here that you didn't solve yet.
And then you be running from that shit.
And that's going to turn around and fester and come back. But go ahead, buddy. What's going on?
Yeah, I appreciate y'all calling me out on that too. So, one of the things that I've been encountering too is like going out and talking to women is like a weekend type of thing. So,
why is it a weekend type of thing?
Exactly. That's why I'm calling to get.
Wait. Is a lion a weekend? So a lion, what does a lion do? So if a lion's a weekend thing, what is he doing Monday to Thursday? If he's a lion Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, what does he do Monday through Thursday?
He's still a lion.
Well, then, so I don't understand what you're saying then. But what you're saying is that you're being a fake and a fraud, man. You're showing your thirst. You're showing your insecurity.
What he's really saying is that on the weekends he go into the phone booth. And he put on this Superman outfit.
Kodo kala ashmadai kino pohahiha to puna
taskaki lala da di da
da di da nash pussy da so buna kai nishko nama nata na ta bak tak nak ya. All right, Calder, back to you, brother. Please continue. What's going on, man?
I was going to say it's crazy. I say that because like now that I'm thinking about it, like that is when I go out and I put a nice outfit on. Not crazy,
but you're doing it for a woman. You're okay. Let's call her. Some of the coldest women that I got to get on this dick, I met getting gassed. Hey, bud.
It's the ones that you don't intend on meeting that really work out.
Right, they work out. Hey, bud, I meant going to the grocery store. I mean, I'm not even. See, your problem is you're thinking about the woman. I'm thinking about me, knowing that if I get around the woman, I know what to do, and I'm not going to wait. But you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself, saying, "Okay, I'm gonna lock in Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm gonna wear my Sunday outfit or whatever, and I'm gonna try to impress these women." And you've already failed. Bud, what say you, man?
He's trying to impress these women.
Yes,
and these women don't have a particular description. He don't know what they look like. He don't know what race they are. He don't know where they gonna be. He don't know what time they gonna be there. So how in the fuck do he expect to meet that bitch? How is he gonna meet her and he don't know all that?
Oh God!
When you can know one thing is that you want the next bitch. What I'm saying is, them motherfuckers that have them particulars of, I need me a 10, I need a like this. You don't know where that bitch gonna be. But the next bitch could be standing next to you right now.
Right. Does that make any sense?
Yes, sir. Definitely did.
All right. So what else you got for us, real quick? Anything else, buddy?
No, that was my last thing. I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna get with you on the back end too.
Yeah, do that, but always remember, big dog. Look. Don't go out looking. They're already out there. Y'all think that you gotta be at a specific place. Okay, listen. They're at the clubs and the bars on Thursday, Friday, Saturday night. You know that, okay? But women are everywhere. And when you go out, it's not going out. It's okay. So here's the thing. You're not what we call be ready. You're trying to get ready. And
hey, Dean, another thing is, see, when you gotta prepare to hit on somebody, you missing your action.
Yes.
Because you shouldn't have to prepare to hit on anybody. The line that's gonna work is the line that comes natural, and you just say something and the bitch respond. Yep. That's how it go. And if you fuck with enough women, you would see that.
Absolutely. All right, man. So you asked a lot of good questions and everything. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And I just always remember, at the end of the day, stop feeling like you got to impress women. Be impressive and show them that they got work to do. That's the one thing that they feel they don't have to do is work. They got to put in work for a man. but they don't have to do shit for an average guy. And that's why they don't mess with average. That's why they fuck with real ones. Okay, buddy?
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all.
All right, good call, man. We'll throw you back in, man. We do have questions. All right, let me throw you back in. Guys, if you have a question, go ahead and call in. Lines are open. Thank you, man. Lines are open. Let's get to some of these questions, man. We still got a bunch of questions, bud. Well, getting back to Holiness, he said, I'll be honest. I've not come to that level of confidence and shut them down from asking questions. I feel like I owe them an answer. That's why y'all guys lose, man. When women want winners. And if you question yourself, bud, then she is not going to feel safe, secure, and sexy around you.
The only way she's going to feel her Wheaties is for you to show her that she need to feel her Wheaties to fuck with you. You got to show her that.
Yeah,
and if you don't have the answer to this, you don't have the answer to that, and let's say it take you say just a minute, you know, because you guys think you can call timeout. You can't call timeout in real life.
Right, have the world freeze like a TV.
hey, these motherfuckers think they can call timeout, man. Oh shit, I messed up.
Hey, take two. Wait, director. Hold on. Can we take two? Can we take two, please?
Take two.
and action.
You don't get no do-overs in real life, man.
Yeah,
absolutely. You gotta be down and dirty from the jump street. You can't be thinking about what being down. You can't be considering being down. You gotta already be down.
Yeah. All right. We have another question right here. Woman is reacting back. Is a woman reaching back out with cryptic messages, but is not making it clear? Okay. About accountability indicate. Clear accountability indicators. What the fuck? Should a man?
Well, whatever he's saying, she's not being clear about it.
Yeah, but what the fuck? He's not being clear about it.
That bitch on text.
God. All right, okay. Ren, y'all have to understand something. That these women are only going to move on the level that you're on. And they're not the problem. There is something that you're doing that triggers her to realize she can be standoffish and cryptic. Because
the bitch can say, hey, the dark is coming in the sky. You pay attention to the moon and the stars and the sun lining up at the same time. Hey, you don't know what the fuck this motherfucker talking about, so why you fucking with that? He already said she's thinking cryptic shit.
Yeah, hey, the ego has grabbed the squirrel tail. I mean, it's like, come on.
The eagle soars at great heights, and it only lands when it's. The bitch talking in cryptic shit. You must be a cryptic motherfucker.
Yeah,
you don't fuck with that shit.
Yeah, hey, Ren, we got you, big dog. But hey, brother, you gotta stop that. All right, look, okay. Women have fog. You have to be the clarity to guide her out of the fog and out of the blur.
You don't supposed to entertain the fog.
Yeah, you don't. Hey, he right there.
This motherfucker is taking the fog out for drinks.
Yeah, Red, you can't do that. Hey, let's say, hey, he's got the little strip. He's like, oh, okay. The lion is walking softly like the turtle getting a piece of bread. And then he's like, okay, let me figure this out. So Ren, the problem is, brother, you have got to be more clear and concise yourself to force her to be more clear and concise with you. This is crazy to me. But you're saying, should a man break no contact? What does that even mean? I'm trying to understand. What does that mean? Because what is okay, Ren, what is a clear accountability indicator? That's like some pickup artist shit. What the fuck does that? Does anybody know what that means?
No, he need the bitch to say, "Come see the." he can't read through the motherfucking lines that she's using. Because what I'm saying is, if the bitch talking to me, even on text, I'm gonna make sure she's saying whatever she's saying where I can understand it.
Yes.
Or I'm gonna have to call this motherfucker. I'm not gonna be, guessing what she's saying on the phone.
Yeah, but
hey, that's what I don't understand.
Yeah.
You have the motherfucker's number, or you couldn't text him.
Yeah, I don't.
Why are you texting?
Yeah, what does break no contact mean, Ren? Ren, what does that mean? Ren, talk to us, dog.
I mean, stop fucking with her. Should I stop fucking with her?
All right, now watch this. Ren, look at how you're talking to us. Ren, look at the code. I'm still trying. I had to try to figure out what you're saying. Should a man break no contact? But you just said stop fucking with you. I understand what you're saying, but Ren, you're talking to us in code words. See, you're talking to us in code words.
Hey, he the one started the shit.
Right.
You
the one.
He complained about the bitch that
he created it, right?
Dean, I didn't even catch that. I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about.
Right.
But I didn't realize he was talking in code too.
He was talking in codes too. Ren. Y'all have got to stop pretending to be suave and debonair and trying to be like, well, tis a day. And she be like, oh, day. You be like, well, what did you mean? I don't understand that. Brother,
and they never will say, I didn't understand that. What did you mean? They're going to say, the sky is always gray at night. It's darker at midnight. They're gonna say shit like that because they speak in codes too. Yeah, man. I have never ever heard a guy say break no contact. I've never heard a man ever, anybody I've ever hung out with. He's saying, should a man break it off? No contact at all. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, but wait, Ren, Ren. Look what you're saying. Check it out, Ren. What you're saying?
That ain't what he said, right?
Right. Ren. You didn't. Okay, Ren.
That might be what he meant, but that ain't what he said.
As you said, right, Ren. Now, Ren. Now, watch this. I want everybody to see this, Ren. Watch this, Ren. Let's look at what you just said, right? And then look at what you said, like the other guy. Y'all always are moving the goalposts and not standing on what you're saying. But what he said right here, let's look at what he said right here. I cut her off, all right, to check. Okay, bud, I don't think they understand. I don't think they understand that you have already lost and you don't even realize it. If you cut her off to try to change the power dynamic, who was the influence that forced you to cut it off? So you've already lost because you let that bitch influence you to cut it off, making you're going to change the power dynamic, but she made you change the power dynamic, motherfucker.
Hey, Dean, and he ain't cut the bitch off at all because he's still wondering about it.
Yeah, right, exactly. Come on, man. Y'all got to understand these women are not dumb.
They not dumb, but they are dumb.
Oh, my. Ren.
Not dumb, but these motherfuckers are dumb.
Ren.
Dumb to life, dumb to what's going on. Why would you be talking about some motherfucker you didn't cut off?
No, but why? Again, I'm not undefeated. Why? But I didn't even read below what I just read. I just stopped there, and I'm going down to reinforce I'm undefeated. Look at the influence she has over you. You think because you could cut a woman off that she's magically going to start missing you and want to call you and tell you she wants to be with you. And when you say, look, it's been a while, bud. Should I entertain her? Wait a second. How is it that you cut her off and you gonna crawl your ass back? You just said you cut her off, but yet you want to crawl back?
Should he entertain her?
Man, this is why the aliens don't attack.
Hey, this is why the aliens gonna have a successful attack. Hey, them Klingon, our buddy,
Yeah.
our brothers is finna come take over.
No, hey, but we are taking over because we the ones getting all the pussy. So we
Gonna be fucking all these motherfucking human pussy. Barely good enough.
It's okay. Human pussy good. Horizontal pussy better.
Hey, we have a pussy. Klingon pussy moves.
Hey, female pussy stay still. But Carter, hey, Ren, what we're saying to you, Ren, is that you're influenced by the woman. So you're in a losing situation. She has not only more influence on you, but but watch how cold she is. She's not doing anything. That's how cold she is. Now, watch this, guys. She's not doing anything. And look at how she's moving this man. She got you doing all kind of circus tricks. You want to cut her off because you want to change the power dynamic. You wonder if you should run back to her. And all this time, young man, she's not even thinking about you.
Hey, plus, you don't realize if you can't make that decision, you don't need this.
Yeah, exactly. Or well, it's not her. She realized she didn't need you. And I think you didn't read the wall. But because your ego and self-importance got in your way, you want to be the guy, you think you're the guy letting her go when she already let you go. So you know how it does, bud. You know the woman.
They never connected.
Yeah, they never connected at all, man.
So he letting her go, and they never connected.
There was no connection, buddy. There was no connection because you were cryptic, you were basic, boring, and bland, and there wasn't anything, a young man, to make her want to get at you. Okay, hey, but I've always said it. It's nothing like when a woman wants to go and walk away, dog, and they realize you're the one. They're gonna either crawl their asses back, push their pride aside, and come back to us, or they can just keep it pushing. Don't give a fuck. But these humans, they always want to run behind pussy like it's special. I don't understand it, man.
Well, there's nothing to understand because if you did understand it, you fuck around be doing what they doing.
Exactly. Oh, your facts. All right, got another question right here. Most people inner voice is negative. So you're trying to break the person's perspective and views to believe in self is more important than everything. That's the question.
Well, the answer to that is yes.
But I would say to him a definite no, because here's the problem. I like with his question, but he's looking, people like him, and no disrespect, a lot of people, because they have a microwave mentality, they're looking for absolutes. They're looking for, well, you can teach me how to be a doctor in a day. And that's what I'm getting the vibe from this young man. Versus, where do I sign up? How do I learn? That's the difference. But asking that just to get an answer is not going to change anything, bud. It's not.
Dean, I just got a text from one of them women.
Hey, what's she saying to you, bud? What's she say to you? What's she say?
She just identified herself. I'm texting her back now.
Hey, bud, go. Hey, bud, do what you do. I can hold it down, dog. This is how the life is, man. Ain't it? Hey, bud, ain't it good when you're talking, they hit you up, you just take a moment. Hey, bud, you got it. I can get on my phone, go ahead and holler at her real quick, come back, get into the conversation, guys. This is the beauty of the game right here, guys. It's the beauty of the game. But hey, buddy, as we're saying while he's typing, what I'm saying to you, big guy, is that the answer is absolutely yes, but to you, the answer is no, because it seems like you're trying to whittle how to be a lawyer, a doctor, or ride an airplane in a one-word answer to try to gain understanding or comprehension of something that has a lot of depth and a lot of range. But it's a very good question. Let us continue right here to the next one. This guy here, and I got your feel on your next one. He says, tips on putting yourself out there to meet more women. Well, Villain, you have got to have and learn how to meet yourself. And I think most of you guys, where a lot of you guys go wrong, is that you're making it more about the woman than you are yourself. So let's get to the next one while Bud is still chopping it up. Hey, Bud, go ahead. Hey, Bud, take your time, dog. I got this, man. All right. What do you say? What do you say about guys who constantly are texting and talking on the phone hours? Okay, Phil. I say this with kindness. Okay. I don't know if you have a homosexual thought about other men, But this place is not to talk about other men, think about other men, or fantasize about other men. Now, Phil, I am not knocking you if you find a man attractive, but this is not the right place for you. But for some reason, all we're hearing from you is like you're a torn boyfriend or a lover to some of these dudes, and you're mad and upset because they're giving other guys some play or something like that. So, Phil, please preface your questions to yourself.
All right, I just got finished, Dean.
Okay, but yeah, I got it. But stop talking about other men. It's really odd that you worry about what other guys are doing and you're in a man's space. Men do not talk like this, and men don't give a fuck what somebody else is doing. So, again, if you're into guys, I'm not here to judge you, but this is not the place. And we're trying to teach all these young men to stop thinking about other men, looking at other men, and comparing themselves to other men, and to think for themselves. So, Phil, please stop thinking about other men, okay? Because it's not going to help you, okay? All right?
It don't do nothing for your masculinity, bro.
It doesn't do anything, buddy. Not at all, man. Not at all, man. So we'll move on from your question, man. I just hope that you can ask questions about yourself. Like, okay, if you think about it, Phil, the guy that called in, he was a person that soaked up information. He asked about himself. He didn't call it about talking about another bunch of guys, man. Y'all not supposed to talk about guys like that. You're not supposed to be thinking about what other people are doing, especially other men are doing. Because all what you're doing is actually comparing yourself to other men. But anyway, let's get back to what we're saying, guys. If you have a question, go ahead and put a Q. Lines are open. But let's get to, oh wait, Bud, are you still texting, Bud?
No, man, I got you.
Okay. All right, let's get to the next point here. Let's get to the next point we have here. Let's get it.
Don't compare to past relationships.
Number 2, don't pretend to be someone you're not.
Okay, we kicked that off. We talked about that.
No, we didn't talk about that one. No, we talked about oversharing. Now let's talk about this. Is a huge one.
Okay, no, you did not pretend to be somebody that you're not.
Yes.
Regardless if you want it to work, if it take you being someone you're not for it to work, you should move on. You know, that's a red flag.
Yes. That's absolutely a red flag. And that's why for all you guys out here, for many of you guys out here, okay. Okay, Phil, you are okay, Phil. Okay, wait a second. Phil, please listen, sir. And I'm not trying to be a dick here, but sometimes, please, you got to get the ego and your self-importance out the way. We're actually trying to help you, Phil. Phil, I want you to, hold on, Jay, we got your question. Phil, I want to just take a step back, Phil, and we can go back to the question that you asked us. You're saying you're not thinking about other men, right, Phil? Well, let's look at your question. What do you say about guys? Okay, wait, now, Phil, remember, you say not thinking about other men. But look at your statement again, Phil. What do you say about guys? Guys. Does that make any sense, Phil? So, Phil, we're not trying to be mean to you, but young man, it's very important that we're trying to break you from the mentality that you have, or you're not going to win. Because in your statement, what you're doing, look at what you're saying. You're showing what you are. You're saying, what do you say about guys? That was your first one, Phil. And give me a second, Rosebud, because I like to do a teachable moment for this young man to show him that we're not trying to be mean to you. We're just showing you that the problem that you're having is you're thinking about more about other guys than you are yourself. You're not showing any selfishness, which women are turned on by, Bud, might I add.
And conceit.
And conceit as well, Phil. Give me a second, Phil. Let's get to the next one, Phil. Okay, Phil. Here's the next one. What I meant to say, remember you corrected yourself. What do you say about guys? So, Phil, do you not notice the theme here? All we're doing is talking about guys. We're not talking about Phil. We're talking about guys. And that's why we're trying to help you, Phil, because as long as you talk like this, women are going to get turned off because they're going to feel there's some type of homosexual thing in you, that you're more into guys than you are yourself. But are we not into ourselves?
Like a motherfucker.
Like a motherfucker. So we don't talk about other guys. We're just trying to show you should be talking about feel. That's all we're saying. Okay, buddy? Let's get to Jay's question right here. Jay, when you put your bid in with the woman, what type of responses are you listening for? I hear you say, we don't, okay. Gentlemen, listen to me. This is why, Jay, you're not putting anything in, because you're looking for a result. Bud and I just go and say what needs to be said. And what happens after that is none of our business. Women are allowed to say what they want to say. But the fact that you are looking for a response shows that the woman has more influence over you. So anything you're doing when you're influenced by a woman is going to fail. We go up to women because we are influenced by ourselves. You are going up to a woman to try to get a response from a woman, Bud, which shows that you're influenced by a woman. Bud, would say you.
Well, the thing is, what he's not realizing is that, let's say we was at a horse race, and I met somebody. Don't you think I would have some kind of conversation pertaining to the horse race we was at? I didn't intend on meeting her. So what I'm saying is, if you're prepared to talk about whatever.
Hey, hold on. Hey, 608. Hey, yo, can you mute yourself? Hey, 608. 608. Hello.
Yeah.
Mute yourself, please. Can you mute yourself? It's too much background noise. Mute yourself, please.
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, mute yourself, man. Golly, Lord have mercy. Just mute yourself real quick, okay? Okay, yeah. God damn. We'll call you back, dog. Fuck. Go ahead and finish, bud. We'll call him back. Go ahead,
Well,
man.
I was basically finished, man. You cannot be chasing behind what some woman have you thinking. You have to have some goal that you have to have intentions. When you talk, you have to have intention, and it should be toward that intent.
Okay, well, let's get that call. Okay, 608, we got you now, dog. What's your name, man, and what's your question, man? What's up?
What's up? I'm Eric, man, and my question is, don't you think that the main reason that most relationships don't work is because a person don't love themselves, and because a person does not tell the truth to the other person they with?
Well, no, not they love themselves, but they lie to themselves. You were right on one thing, but you missed the other thing. It's they don't have a relationship with themselves. They lie to themselves, and they pretend to be something that they're not. You were close, though. You were close.
Because I think you can boil them down to that, too. I don't think it's really 10. I think it's like just them two of a person not having love for themselves, because if you don't love yourself, how can you build any type of relationship with anybody? And two, if you're not telling the truth, then that's going to just take you in a whole bunch of fucked up places.
Well, a lot of guys lie, big guy, when they first meet a woman. They pretend to be this thing called a nice guy. Bud and I are good people, but we're not nice people. Nice guys are fakes and frauds and phonies. So y'all guys come in lying to women from the get-go because you're too chicken shit to ask for what you want. So you pretend to be
a nice guy. Ain't gonna tell a motherfucker fuck no.
Exactly.
A nice guy would never do that.
Exactly.
Could you get this from me, Rose Button?
Fuck no.
Damn, that's right.
Oh, I love it.
Hey, let me tell you something. I show them how I can be when I meet them.
Oh man, that's a real ass shit, man. That's and they will. Hey, Bud, wait, and call her watch this. Hey, Bud, will you pay for my nails?
Fuck no.
Hey, Bud, will you buy me a dinner?
I might do that.
Oh, fuck you, Bud. Fuck no. Fuck you, Bud. All right, caller, what's up, man?
I might buy the bitch a dinner.
What's up, Bud? What's up, Bud? I mean, not Bud, but caller. Do you have a question, Bud?
Now that was my question, man. I think you just boil it down to that too, man. Of why most relationships go fucked up.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's usually the person that's fucked up that creates a bad relationship because most of y'all guys don't really love yourselves or like yourselves. So you don't know how to handle a woman. Like when Bud says fuck no, he really means it. And that means that if you want to leave, there's the door. I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to beg you. And I'm not going to ask you to come back. That's the kind of man you have to be. You can't run behind pussy and let these women dictate the pace of the relationship. Bud, what say you, man?
No, you got to keep a woman on your schedule if you want her to like you.
Yep, it's all about your schedule, your time, okay?
Totally agree.
All right, brother, we'll throw you back in, man. It sounds like it's raining out there, so be careful out there, okay, brother?
Yes, sir.
Okay, respect to you, man. Great call, brother. Thank you. All right, guys, lines are open. Got questions right here. Let's get to Isaac. Isaac says, oh, my God. Let me see. Hold on. Let me get Isaac's question and put it in there. I can't read that. So Isaac said, I started going to the gym and there are many women who seem interested, but okay, Isaac, I don't, you know what, bud, I don't understand about these humans. Why y'all think the club is why do y'all think the gym is a club? You know what? You know why they go to the gym, bud? Because they just like watching women walk around in spandex and tight clothes. That's the only reason
they go to the gym because the last porno they watched jumped off at the gym.
He started at the gym.
That's why they looking at all them bitches looking good. How else they gonna look? They got on spandex. How else the fuck they gonna look? I'm saying them motherfuckers act like the bitch ain't supposed to look.
Oh my God. Fuck.
At the gym.
Buddy, look, big guy. All right, listen. Okay, let's help you out. Are you started going to the gym and there are many women who seem interested? Okay, guys, we talked about this the other day. A woman that smiles at you is not interested. She's being friendly or cordial.
Or polite.
Right, or polite. So, gentlemen, just because a woman asks you how your day is, or say you look nice in that outfit, or wow, I see you hitting the weights, it doesn't mean she wants to fuck you. It's just her being polite and kind and cordial. But what do you want to say him as we lace him with this game, man?
But if she says something about you hitting them weights, I'm gonna interpret that as some action. So I'm gonna have to say something to whatever she just said.
Right.
And see if something is really going on. I ain't gonna let her just drop that shit on me.
Right. And for a lot of you gym guys, I always say it's a sickness that you have unless you're an athlete or you're doing a training thing or something like that. But a lot of you guys go to the gym for pussy. That's the thing. And that's what's so weird about you guys. Because I want to know, okay, so, hey, but this is what I said the other day to shut a lot of these gym rats down. How many weights is it going to take? How many layers of muscles is it going to take for you to realize you're the problem? Because you can layer as much muscle as you want on your body, as much as you want, and you'll still lose to a motherfucker like us that have dad bods. I don't have any motherfucking muscle on me, and I can talk her out her pussy with just my words. You, my friend, lifting all those weights, you can't even get close to the pussy because
can them muscles talk?
Yeah, wait. Yeah, wait, hold on, watch this. Wait, watch this. Hold on, wait. I like this, gay young man. Hold on. Tell us how we're lying. Okay, let me ask you something. Okay, 76. Tell us what's the number? How many pounds do I have to be, or how much muscle do I have to be perfect? Tell me. Is there a number? Hey, how much?
What are we lying about?
Yeah, but no, I got him. Cause see, no, because we hit his pussy. He knows he goes to the gym for bitches, and we calling him out to be a bitch because he knows he don't have any game. So I'm asking, how many weights do you need to speak to a woman? What does it take? What does it take to woo a woman with weights? Why don't you tell us? Because guess what? I bet you this much. You're gonna say we lying, but I bet your bitch ass won't call in. I bet you won't. You want to know why? Because you know you're a fake and a fraud. you know you have insecurities, and you know you all fucked up, and you're hiding what you actually are behind some muscles and that in weight gain. So what is it going to be? Tell us. Well, how many weights are you supposed to have to be compatible to a woman? Because Bud, what he doesn't know, some women find thin guys unattractive. You think every woman out there likes a guy with muscles? No, because some of you guys who use steroids and stuff, other things other than regular shit, kind of shrinks you up, kind of fucks you up a little bit. So, Bud, I would recommend for all you guys, stay away from the gym, because you're not going to the gym. But for women, you're going to you're like Isaac. Hey, Isaac, at least I respect you, Isaac, because at least you're being honest that you're tricking your money off of trying to get some pussy because you think if you're in the gym, that's a club. But let's continue with Isaac. So Isaac, getting back to you, you said many women seem to be interested, but I find when I say less and be more direct, it works better. Isaac, what? Hold on, Bud. I think I need to pull it up. I think I need to pull it up. But what do you want to say to him while I pull this up? What do you want to say to Isaac?
Do you guys got to quit needing these phone booths? That's what I got to say.
Yeah. Okay.
You're not going to have a phone booth in a club. You're not going to have a phone booth in a restaurant where you can change into Superman and do your thinking.
Absolutely. So, Isaac, I want you to listen, dog. In every gym, they have this thing called a gym harassment policy that states all forms of harassment, because that's what you're doing, are prohibited, including verbal, physical, and online harassment, young man. Why don't you go to the gym and try to get all your insecurities out, like that 76 guy that's at the gym that loses with women, and go home and be a loser and leave women alone. Women are not going to the gym, Bud, to meet men. They're going to work out, or they're probably teasing guys.
Or why don't you guys go to the gym and work out?
Yeah, and just go work and do what you have to do and leave. Why are you trying to get some sidebar pussy? And what I'm saying to all you guys out here is that, listen what you're saying, Isaac. What are you saying to these women? Because this is why y'all lose. You're not being specific in what you're saying. And you say, if I talk a lot, it feels like she loses interest. Okay, Isaac.
The more you say, the more you show her how boring you are.
Oh, absolutely. But not only boring you are, that you're harassing these women. Gentlemen, Isaac, if you want to run your mouth, go into an environment that is set up for you called a bar and a club, because that's an environment that women go to interact with men. People should go to the gym because they want to work out, but they don't go to the gym because they want to look at ass and they want to look at titties and they want to try to show off their body, thinking that they can get some pussy because they have a little bit of muscle. But you don't understand. Women find you guys, there's something weird about you guys. Again, but I've always said, if you're an athlete or you need physical therapy or something like that. But Bud, people don't understand the insecurities that a lot of guys have. And what the problem is, Bud, that these guys don't realize, and I always tell them, and the guy, I know it's going to hurt some of your pussies, but when you guys walk into a gym, first thing you do is look at other guys. Look at his back. Look at his muscles. Look at his chest. Look at his glutes. Look at his legs. Man, I want to get my body like his. And do you see that, how weird that is, Bud? They look weird as fuck. Right. They look at other men trying to say, okay, I want to get like that man. But how many, again, I ask all you insecure guys that go work out because you think you want to get a piece of pussy. What is the number? What is the number that you have to reach to feel good enough for yourself to lose with women? What's the number? What's the number? You know what I mean? So again, as I said before, Isaac, sir, please leave women alone, okay? Go to the gym, do your workout, and leave women alone. Stop harassing them. Stop staring at their bodies and stop being weird and creepy. Because listen, again, Bud, I just want to make sure I would tell you guys, when you go to the gym, Bud, there's always a decent looking woman in front. Her job is to sell memberships to losers that think they can get the bitch at the fucking counter. And y'all don't even see that. Most of y'all got, hey, Bud, you know the game they run? Hi, Isaac, how are you doing today? Oh, Isaac, did you get that promotion you were talking about last week? And you know what you're going to think, Isaac? Oh, my God, she likes me, Bud. Oh, my God, she's storing my information. And if she didn't like me, her job is to sell memberships.
Her job, she want to keep.
Yeah, and we always keep trying to tell you. Some of y'all guys don't know this. Sometimes the gym gives women discounts because they know that the more women we can get in this gym, Bud, the more dumbasses are gonna go and spend the money thinking they're gonna get some pussy, Bud. Y'all don't know the game, man. Y'all got look, Isaac. What I'm saying to you, young man, please get out of the gym. Get out of the gym because you're just beating yourself up, creating muscle gain for nothing. Because a woman is not going to look at your muscles; she's going to look at your mind. And Bud,
and that shit is unsustainable, really, if that's what you're going for. Because you will always need that shit, them muscles, and it's going to lead to disappointment down the line.
Yeah, absolutely. So, guys, again, if you want to do that, go ahead. Okay. And wait a second. No, Chris, listen, Chris. I am not here to say if you're working out or not. I'm talking about the gym. I didn't say at home, did I? Did I say at home, Chris? Or did I say the gym? So you getting offended means that I'm talking about you. So that means you're actually working out for pussy, dog. But did we say anything about working out at home?
No.
Not at all. But you felt that you got to defend your house and working out because you're actually working out for pussy. See, when I brought up the pussy to tie all this in, Chris, you just exposed yourself with all due respect. You're not working out because you want to work out. You're doing it for pussy. But Isaac, you see this, Isaac? Hey, Isaac, shout out to you, young man. Isaac, I appreciate you, dog. I appreciate you. You know why I appreciate you, Isaac? Because you realize we're not trying to tear you down. We're trying to open up your mind. And I really, hey, Isaac, I appreciate you, young man. Because
we're trying to give you different
perspective. And we're not trying to force you out of your reality, Isaac. We're just trying to say that there are a lot of young men who have insecurities, okay, Isaac? And what they do is they see a lot of men online that tell you to go to the gym and work out to get pussy because that's what women want. And hey, listen, you can gain as much muscle as you want, but as soon as you open your mouth, Bud, and she realizes you ain't that guy, your muscles won't save you. Bud, what say you, man?
Your muscles can't talk for you, man. They can't do nothing but show that you work out. They don't do anything for your image as far as what she sees once you start talking.
Right. So Isaac, respect to you, young man. And same thing to you, Chris Phillip. We again, there's no knock. You know, we're here to teach you guys. We're not here to knock you, but we're just trying to show you, again, you're not being who you are. It kind of goes to the second thing, but y'all guys are faking who you are because you want to be something to a woman that you've never even met before, which is crazy to me.
Hey, and they never was this person, like you say, they never met him, so how can they be it?
But not talk about. Got a question right here. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you, sir. I took a woman's number while she was walking with her mother. I failed to say any intimacy. How do I? Okay, GS. Listen. Okay, look. Listen. But you know, when I worked at Red Lobster when I was a lad and everything, when I was in high school, I would always pay the waiters to let me know when one of them come in. Because when they come in with their family, bud. They get a long ass table when they come in with their family. And they know I'm so cold with the game. They sit back and watch me go right over there to the front. Well, I would tell you, they said, we got a call real quick. GS, I'll explain it real quick, but let's grab this call. 210, sir. What's your name, sir? And what's your question?
My name is Tony.
Okay, wait, can you get off your microphone or your speaker because you sound muffled?
Oh yeah, my name's Tony, and my question is: when you see a woman and you want to approach her,
No, wait. Okay, young man, stop right there. In this place, we teach you to put your bid in. Approaching a woman means you're going to run behind her and kiss her ass. When you put your bid in, that means I'm the prize, I'm the star, and you're fucking with me. And so we're just trying to correct your language here. But when you put your bid in with a woman, go ahead, sir.
Okay, so I see a woman and I want to put my bid in. Instead of saying something lustfully, like I just saw a girl walking down the street and she, you know, she was very attractive.
Wait, stop. Stop. We got it. Okay. I'll throw it the button one second. There's another educational moment. Okay, remember. Okay, in a game, okay, remember, here's the rule. Game is what game does, right? Caller? Okay.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So beauty is what beauty does. So when you're calling her fine and attractive, what did she do to you or for you to be beautiful, attractive, sexy, or desirable? Did she do anything?
No, just caught my attention. Really.
Right. So if you're going to call her that, which is not a bad thing, but we always like what we like, bud. You know what I mean? Bud, we like what we like.
You're going to have your preference.
Right. You have your preference of what you like. That's not what we're talking about. But when you label the woman, you put extra pressure on yourself. That's what I'm saying. When you sit there and call somebody something, you're going to add pressure on yourself to perform up to the level of the thing that you put that woman at. So if you see a woman, right, you see a woman, you put her up at a 10, telling her how sexy and shit she is, right? Now, Bud can do that because Bud has game. Because a Bud can tell a woman she's sexy at a 10, but we're talking Bud at 1,000,000. So that doesn't affect the bottom line. But I'm saying for you, young man, because you don't believe in yourself, you say a woman is cute, sexy, or gorgeous, you put her at a 10. So that means you got it in your mind, I got to work up to that 10 and be something that she's going to like me to be. Bud, what say you on that, man?
Well, when you make yourself believe something, that's what you believe. And if you think she's a 10 and fine, blah, 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 you're going to definitely react that way.
Yes.
It is going to make it hard for you to speak to her because you don't think of yourself as a 10.
Right, exactly. So just look, we're going to let you finish, but I just want to show you, because all this is teachable moments. Everything you say and everything you do, always remember, is going to put you on a pathway of going on a date or creating sexual tension. Bud and I create sexual tension because Bud and I put our bid in, because Bud and I believe in ourselves. You don't believe in yourself. So you will approach, you will beg, you will barter, you will worship, and you'll talk about how sexy she looks, and she hasn't done a motherfucking thing except mind her own business, Bud.
Hey, we create sexual tension by showing up.
There you go, showing up, and then we show out. So, okay, go ahead, Carl. We're just trying to educate you. So we'll go ahead. What's your next part? Go ahead, buddy.
Nah, right there, y'all really just fill me in with the game right there, because I'm putting her on a pedestal.
Yes.
Rather than just engaging in conversation and introducing myself.
Why you guys never put yourselves on pedestals?
Yeah, where's your pedestal? Why would you come off your okay, remember this. Think about this for a second. This is no knock on women, but this is what makes women women. Women have ups and downs. Women are very insecure. They have low self-worth and self-esteem sometimes. Let them have one white hair, they feel a crash. If they have crow's feet, they crash. If they have a pinch of cellulite, they crash. So that means a woman is an up and down roller coaster of emotions, ups and downs, yes? So why would you go down to fucking her? Why would you get off your throne to come down? Now let me show you what Bud would do. Bud stays on his throne and says, you got to come up to me. I'm not going down to you. Because what benefit would it be for me to run behind a woman who has insecurities, low self-esteem, and low self-worth? What does that say?
All of that shit will become my problems.
Exactly. Fuck no. So we don't want to go down to them. We want to bring them up while we're standing on our pedestals or sitting on our pedestals, caller. Go ahead. You got it, big dog.
I got you. So even when I see a woman, like I'm driving and I see a woman and I would pull over and say something to her, I'm low-key debasing myself.
No. There's nothing wrong with you going up to the woman. It's what you think of yourself when you go up to the woman. See, you don't believe in yourself. And because you don't believe in yourself, you believe in her. Because you think she's going to be the key to you feeling good about yourself. Bud and you would do the same thing, right? Would say hello to a woman in your own way. but the way she's going to perceive it is based on how you feel about yourself. So she's going to recognize the insecurities in you versus the masculinity in Bud. Bud, you got it, man.
Hey, she's going to be responding to how I assert myself.
Yes.
How I make my hello or whatever not scary. How I make her understand that I am a determined person. She could hear it in my voice. So what I'm saying is it all starts from when you start speaking.
Yes.
If you do not realize how that person going to take what you say depends on how you say it.
Mm-hmm. So does that make any sense?
Oh no, you really just broke it down. First of all, you saying you're putting your bid in. That really broke it down for me.
Yeah, because we believe. Okay, Bud and I will never go down to their level and beg them to give us a chance. What in the fuck is that about? Why do that?
Yeah.
As a man, we're the prize. As a man, she's got to work to get us. As a man, she's got to get off her ass because you know what we do? We take the power out of pussy. Y'all give her more power. Her pussy is not special. She is not special until she comes up and proves value and worth. Or she can stay her ass down there. I don't give a fucking notice, Bud.
Hey, as long as that pussy go vertical, she's a regular motherfucker. Give me the pussy that go horizontal.
And then, hey, if it's horizontal, dog, we tricking, dog, okay?
Hey, she can be different. She's different.
Yeah, hey, if that pussy's horizontal, dog, hey, I'm going to trick my money, lobsters, steak. Hell, I even buy a brand new iPhone for that pussy. But it's got to be horizontal.
I would be willing to do some shit, but I don't know about all that.
Hey, Bud, it's horizontal pussy. Fuck you. Hey, fuck that, Bud. It's horizontal pussy. Does that
make horizontal?
No snappy horizontal suck dick by do ya?
Nah.
So let me get this though. So if I'm just walking around shooting my shot.
No. You are the shot. Don't shoot it. You are the shot. Okay. Always remember, guys. I love to use Michael Jordan. You've heard of Michael Jordan, right, young man? Because y'all think LeBron is like the fucking whatever, fuck. Anyway, that flopping motherfucker. All right, so anyway, no. I just want to make sure. Okay, so what you guys get wrong is that you see Michael Jordan's greatness. That's not Michael Jordan's greatness. Michael Jordan's greatness is what you don't see what he does on the back end. That's just the end result. See, his greatness is the work that he puts in on the back end.
His work ethic.
Right, his work ethic, but the end result is what we see when he's gliding in the air with his tongue out and doing all that wild, crazy shit that we find amazing. No, that's when you have game, you see behind the scenes. And that's what women do as well. They're always looking behind the scenes. They're not looking at how you move. They're looking at how you think about yourself. Bud, what say you, man?
They always want to know what make you do what you do. And when they can see it and appreciate it, that really is a motherfucker.
And real quick, Zay, I know you young guys like flopping sissified ass guys, but if you show me one video of Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, or any of the greats flop, okay? I just want to let you know, young man, the rules are different. LeBron would not be able to survive in the 80s when the Detroit Pistons and the Knicks would fuck you up going down that lane. Today, they changed the rules for you guys. So please understand, I'm not going to get into that debate, but young man, you need to go to school and look at the greats and see the difference between those that are great.
Hey, the motherfuckers that was great, the football players, they didn't have all them pads. Jim Brown never got tackled by one man.
Joe Montana,
and he didn't even wear thigh pads.
Yeah, all them greats. It's a different time. So for all you young guys that y'all need time out and hugs and shit, it's a different world out there. Okay. So anyway, but caller, what was your question on what's going on with those women? What's up, buddy?
Yeah, no, it was just my question was basically how do I approach the conversation without engaging it in like a lustful comment, like.
No, it's not the how.
On their appearance.
Okay, it's not the how, it's the when am I going to become a student so I can unlearn all the things that I've done to tear myself down and not believe in myself, so I can build myself back up to believe in myself. So when I go out in that world, there is no woman out there that I don't deserve. They have to prove themselves to me.
And that begins with how you talk to yourself.
It all begins how you talk to yourself, buddy.
The words you say, you know, if you say those defeating words or those begging words, you make your things come out, your statements come out with those words. See, you're putting just a built-in insecurity in you.
Yes.
You got to say the right things to yourself when you're thinking, so that you'll think the right things, because what you say to yourself when you're thinking is what you end up thinking.
Yeah, does that make sense, young man?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So and again, it's okay. I mean, a lot of guys are not used to hearing this kind of information, so it's kind of like a mind fuck, because it's like, wow, you know what? I've been doing it wrong all this time. I've been so busy worshiping women that I haven't taken one time. Hey, bud, but I always tell them when I'm in the mirror, you know, because I brush my teeth in the shower, because y'all guys should be washing y'all asses every goddamn day. So when I'm brushing my teeth in the shower, bud, I always like to pause after I scrape my little guys, make sure y'all scrape your tongue underneath and shit. But when I take my shower, but I always like to pause and look at my mirror. I got an imaginary mirror on my wall where I look at it and be like, mirror, mirror on the wall, motherfucker, you are so motherfucking cold, man. I always talking about, hey, bud.
Mirror, mirror on the wall. I'm looking at the coldest motherfucker.
Yeah, you like, yo, man, you a bad motherfucker. And if you guys don't do that, I don't know why you don't.
Hey, if you don't love you, why should I?
And right, exactly. That's why I keep telling you, you can't ask a woman to love you if you don't love yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, you can't ask her to believe in you. And I'm saying to you, young man, you got to start picking up this game and stop worshiping women and start worshiping yourself so they can come up and worship you.
So the thing that they don't really understand is that's what it's all about. Putting yourself in front of everybody else. If you do not do that, why should I put you in front of me?
Or anybody else for that matter, brother.
I'm saying, nobody gets to be in front of me.
Right.
That's all I think.
And that's the mentality. Exactly.
That's the way I'm coming at it. Whatever it is. Nobody gets. I want my share in whatever else extra I can get.
Exactly. So, young man, I appreciate the call. Do you have any other questions, big guy?
No, but I appreciate how quick y'all got to me and the wisdom that y'all shared with me.
Hey, young man, this is what this show is about. We're not here to tear you down or beat you up, but we got to break you. You know what I mean? Because your mentality, your mindset is the reason why y'all are failing with women, because y'all put them on such a high pedestal. So y'all got to stop doing that shit, man.
But we've been programmed with that new generation of feminism.
We can't. No, you're not. No, watch this. Now, wait. Let me ask you a question. I want to correct you. How old are you, young man? How old are you?
32. I'm 32.
Okay, 32. So I want you to watch this. Okay. If there's something on TV, who turns on the TV? Does the TV just turn itself on?
No, I turn on the TV. Yeah.
Right. So then you make the choice, right?
Yeah.
So you make the choice on which you take in and which you don't let come in. Yes.
Yeah.
So we can't point and blame the women for things that we allow things to happen to us. So we take accountability here. So let's not blame women, because you might as well blame elephants, dolphins, and Bigfoot.
I got you.
You know what, man? The thing is not the feminism. It's the dudes accepting what feminism is to the extent that they adopt the shit themselves. They fucking understand that we haven't been empathetic in the past, so now I understand what empathetic means. Empathy, it means putting yourself in the shoes of someone else. But what I'm saying is, back in the day, nobody said it, but you ain't supposed to want to feel what a woman feels in certain instances. You ain't supposed to want to know that shit. But the people, psychologists or whoever, that make the money, they make these rules where you need to know this stuff. The more shit we know as far as that go, the worse relationships have been.
Right. Exactly. Okay. So I guess the guy named sir, there's nothing wrong with hygiene. Y'all guys got to learn how to clean yourselves properly, dog. There's nothing wrong. You got to learn how to brush your teeth correctly. You got to learn to clean your body correctly, because y'all motherfuckers y'all just douse a little bit of water on yourselves and go the fuck out. Y'all got to learn to clean your body correctly. Anyway, but caller, we appreciate the call, brother, and call in anytime. Okay, man.
Yeah, appreciate you. Yeah, I'm Tony from LA, so I'll be calling in again.
All right, we look forward to hearing from you. Great call, man. Okay, we appreciate you, buddy. Okay.
All
right, we've been getting some great fucking calls today. Let us get to this question right here. This gentleman says, when going against your own programming, how do you get out the why when you believe in it? Because limitless, that's what a student of the game is going to learn. You cannot solve it yourself. You need somebody that is not in your reality to show you that the reality that you're in is why you're in the prison that you're in.
No, they're in the prison they're in because they believe that bullshit he just said.
Yeah, he's all over the place with that shit, dog.
Not only that, you only need yourself. You do not need me. You do not need Steve the Dean. Yep. You need to fucking deal with yourself. And once you really completely are into yourself, all this other shit will disappear.
Absolutely. This young man says right here, can you break down empathy versus sympathy?
Empathy is you putting yourself in the shoes of whoever you've been empathizing with. Sympathy is you just feeling for whoever. Otherwise, if I get hit in my mouth, you would actually feel for me because you know that shit hurt. But if that's sympathy. If you're empathizing with me, you would want to not feel your tooth broke, but you'd want to feel details in that punch so you could understand more.
Yes. So I hope we answered the question. Guys, we got about 20 more minutes, guys. Get your questions in. Go ahead and call in. We got you covered. But let's move on to the next one while we're doing this. Let's go on to the next one, buddy.
Well, a lot of you guys think being available is cool, but you cannot be available to the extent that you look like you're clinging or you're insecure. Both of you want to avoid red flags, but constant availability can come across as clingy, and it can reduce attraction. So that is a red flag.
Yes. We got a call. Area code 470. What's your name, sir? And what's your question?
Okay, my name is Nero. And my question is, like, when it comes to working on yourself, why does it seem like you're moving, but you're not going nowhere?
You're supposed to be. And, that's how it's supposed to be when you don't have any game. You're not really okay, guy. Okay, Gennaro. I said it yesterday. Have you ever seen those cartoons where the guy goes to the right of the screen and then pops up on the left-hand side of the screen?
No.
Okay, you've never seen any kind of TV show where the guy or anybody runs to the right of the screen and then they come back on the left-hand side. You've never seen anything like that?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I've seen that.
Okay,
before.
So what I'm saying is that's your life. What you're doing is you're actually bullshitting yourself, thinking you're doing something when you're not doing anything at all. You cannot go past the level of your thinking. That's why that's why you're fucked up right now. You're only seeping to the level until you meet someone to get you to another level. You are always going to remain the same, buddy.
Okay, how do you move up in your elevation of thinking, like thinking new thoughts?
All right, caller,
by doing what you think when you think it, instead of saying, "Okay, I'll do that tomorrow," blah blah blah. No, do it right now. Make yourself responsible for what you think. A lot of you guys allow yourselves to think shit that you have no intention of doing.
Right. So,
like, okay,
where does this stem from? What is going on with you for you to ask this question, buddy?
Because I call myself trying to learn how to communicate and talk to people and try to
How?
move in a different level of thinking. But it's like when I take 2 steps forward, I end up realizing that I'm not moving nowhere because I'm still coming
Okay, can you
back
give
from
us?
where I started
Can you
from.
give us an example? Because we can't read your mind. Give us an example of this, and I'm sure this has to do with a woman. So give us an example.
Um, just when I'm out like talking to people and I might make
Okay,
a little
talking.
small
Okay, sir.
conversation.
Talking about what?
Like
Okay, young man. How old are you? How old are you?
I'm 28.
Okay, it's all good. Listen to me. Here's the thing about y'all got to understand. Everything matters. Even if you don't think it's important, everything matters. Every little detail is going to matter. So
You cannot critically think unless you include it all.
you have to, God, fuck you, bud. You have to include, yes, everything matters. Okay. So again, you're saying you're talking to these people. We're asking you, what are you saying?
I might say, "Hey, how you doing?"
Now stop right there.
You
Why
know
would
what
you
I'm saying?
say hi? Wait. Why say hi?
I
Hi.
don't
That's
know.
what you're saying. You're
Just
going to do it.
I guess the feeling, a gap thinking they gonna help me come up with something that I could say.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but you're really actually looking for them to give you something to say when you
Yes,
should get,
I
when you
understand
should get
that,
something
but
to
what
say
do you do
from
when you have no experience?
Caller, listen. You got to, okay, caller. Here's the thing. You got to learn how to listen. We're trying to give you the answer. When Bud's giving you the answer, you're talking over him as if what
Okay,
you're
I'll
saying matters. Relax. We got you. Allow him to finish, okay? All right?
the
But
thing is, when you are actually talking to somebody, you do not have what we call the direction. You know what direction your conversation is going. So you do not plot to direct your conversation in that way, in that manner. My point is, whatever you're doing, whenever you're doing it, there is something going on that you need to pay attention to. And paying attention, listening, will allow you, whether you believe this or not, it allows you to think while you talk.
right. And sir, are you in elementary school?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna knock two birds out one stone. Gentlemen, y'all know how to be grown-ups. You don't walk up to a goddamn grown-ass woman and say, hey. You don't do that. Y'all are guys, y'all got to know how to be a man, dog. A man doesn't say, hey, hey, hey. Don't do that. And there's no such
I be
thing
like,
called
"How you doing?"
no,
And
you
then
said you started
the
off with hey,
conversation
stop.
goes stale because
I
I'm like
know,
trying
because
to
you've
think.
already turned her off by saying hey. And Donald, this is not a PUA thing. There's no such thing as an open. So please stop that bullshit. Anyway, back to you, young man. What we're saying is that you're tearing yourself down because you're placing a higher value on a woman, like we said before. And you feel like I've got to say the right thing to this woman because she's so right for me, bud. What say you?
Well, you don't even know if she's right for you. You never even spoke to her yet. You're just looking at her, which is when I tell you about the assignment I have to talk about ideal women. They don't talk about the value they're going to bring to the situation, which is going to promote this woman to be the way they're talking about. They just say they want a woman like that. And I always say good luck to that. You're not going to find no woman like that. You got to build her. You got to build that relationship.
Yes.
So if you're not used to going out, what I'm saying, partying and always working 24/7, like what's the best way to,
Caller.
I guess, get a relationship with yourself?
Okay, young man. Okay. How long have you been listening to us for?
I've been listening to y'all for about 3 years.
Okay. So I would tell you it's not going to happen. And you want to know why?
Why?
Because common sense is just sometimes not so common. And because if you've been listening to us for 3 years and we've been giving you, excuse my language, the fucking answer in every show by being a student of the fucking game that we have been saying for 3 years now. Why would you call us and ask us the same fucking question, expecting us to say something different, sir?
I'm not expecting nothing different.
But then why would you ask the
solution to my?
Wait, sir. Okay, let me slow this down. Wait, sir. Do you have a handicap or disability? Because I don't want to feel like I'm yelling at you or belittling you.
I'm good.
Are you positive? Are you positive?
I'm good.
Okay, so let's slow this down. I'll do it color, shapes, and numbers. For 3 years, Bud is telling you that if you want to learn, go to Sidewalk University. For 3 years, I've been saying, start your pathway to become a student of the game. We have been saying the same thing for 3 years. Now, whoever you are listening to, however you're listening, we've been saying the same thing for 3 years. So how in the flying fuck can you ask us that asinine question when we've been giving you the answer every time we go live for 3 fucking years, caller? Explain that.
I guess I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh my God. Okay, caller.
No, what you doing is lying to yourself, like you did just now.
Oh my God.
That was a lie, and you know it was a lie. You do know what you're doing. You just ain't doing what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Okay, caller. If I want to be a doctor, where do I go?
To school.
What kind of school? Medical
school.
Okay. I go to medical school. That's like me going to the medical school and knocking on their door and saying, how do I become a doctor?
And pulling out that game operation.
That's what I'm saying, Mick. Okay.
Hey, I'm serious about being a doctor, and you pull out that goddamn game. I'm so
you pull it. Guys, I'll show him. Because you have to get out of your own way. You don't have to learn. We're not putting a gun to your head, but you just can't come on this platform and I get if this is your first week, hell, if this is your second week or your first month, I get it. But you said 3 fucking years. And we've been saying the same thing.
I mean, I've been making progress, of course.
No,
I've been
you're
making
not
progress,
making,
but
no.
obviously
Okay.
I'm not doing nothing.
All right, wait. Young man. Let me teach you something. Have you ever met a half line before?
Nah, I never met a half
right.
line before.
So you either are or you're not. So either you're actually doing it or you're not. You're not making any progress. You're Bud, you're right, Bud. You're lying to yourself. You think you're doing something by chasing your fucking tail.
Okay.
You are getting tired, but that's all you're getting.
Again, we can't put a gun to your head, dog. We're just saying that, look, if you want to do it, you'll do it. If you don't, you won't. But you can't come here and then say, well, how do I do it? Then you don't want to do it. Because if we told you for 3 years and you haven't done it yet, do you actually really want to do it, big guy? Do you actually really want to win?
Absolutely.
Okay, remember, action equals truth. So let's try it again. If you've been listening to us for 3 years and you're not a student of ours, do you really want to learn?
No.
There you go. Your first honest answer. And I can respect that. Finally, he said something honest. For the first time in this phone call, you were finally
honest. Why did you say no?
I say no because I'm not doing the things that I need to do in order to learn game.
Hey, bro. You gotta hear what you just said. And
you gotta rewind it. That's the thing, right? That's it, caller. If you go back and listen to what you said, then at that point you make the decision. Do I want to learn or stay the same? You already have the answer. Question is, are you gonna put an action to it?
Yeah.
Well, no. Don't talk about it. We don't talk about it. We what?
Be about it.
Well, there you go. See, hey, dog, 2 for hey, Bud, 2 for 2.
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all, man. Like wholeheartedly. Y'all the only people on this platform just get a truth straight out.
Well, we appreciate you, brother. Just hey, look, hang tight. Listen. And if you don't rush it, but do it. Hey, look, I give you credit on something, bud. At least you called in. Now watch this, caller. You know what's good about you? Even though you've been struggling for 3 years not understanding this, you're better than the people that are sitting here bird watching. So think about that. So you have an upper hand on the people who haven't called in, who haven't asked questions. They're just sitting here bird watching. So that's the good news.
Me personally, I got a son, and I got to get myself together like fast. I'm 28, so I ain't got time to wait.
You time is of the essence, okay, buddy? So we'll throw you back in, but we appreciate the call, okay, big guy?
I appreciate y'all, brothers.
I respect you, young man. Thank you. That was an awesome call. Let's get to some of these questions here, bud. Let's see here. Saint, getting back to you. As I was saying, dog, real quick, Saint, again, I used to work at Red Lobster, dog, when I was a lad, and the waiters would get at me because I would give them some game, and they loved to watch me go to the table with the mom at the head or the dad at the head to see if I can pull the daughter. And Bud, 9 times out of 10, I get the daughter because I'm respectful. I would talk to the parent first to introduce myself to the parent and ask the parent, do they have any problem with me having a word with their daughter? And they would say 9 times out of 10, yes, no problem at all. Then Bud, I'll pull it aside, bite her neck and take her up the tree, go back in the back room, put on my dishwashing uniform and give everybody high fives because that's what we do, Bud. That's how we do it.
That's how we do it.
Yeah, that's how we do it. So GS, what I'm saying is stop trying to be fake, fraud, and a phony. Learn the game, learn how to communicate, and learn how to believe in yourself. Let's grab these other questions that we have before we wrap it up, guys. A few more questions. Let me see here. But we were inundated with questions. This is a good show, man. They ask great questions. Here's a question right here. 2 more questions. He said the man mindset is my gym. Muscles can't serve you until it's a mental gym we talk about. Mental gym. Okay, mental. There are 2 gyms in this world. Bud and I are teaching you about a mental gym. Bud, what say you on this question right here before we get to the next one?
Well, your mental gym is very important, and you have to build it up. You got to build your mind to be able to take all of this thinking that you're going to be doing, because this is not for the weak at heart.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm sorry, Bud. Please continue. I'm sorry. Yes.
This is not for the weak at heart. You got to have nuts to try to do what we talking about doing.
Yeah, Shelby, I'll get you 1 second. Let me grab this. Real. Since I've been doing this since the 1900s, since the internet came on, and I've been teaching Pat before that. So I want you to tell me, when have I ever told a motherfucker to walk up to a woman and say, hey? I want you to tell me, when have I ever said, since I've been teaching this, to walk up to a woman and say, hey? Tell me, when? When have I told you to say hey to a woman? So I'm waiting for your answer. And I'm going to move on until you ask that answer. But let me get to this other question right here. Because see, it's motherfuckers like you that always lose because you're trying to nitpick at shit. I never said to say hey to a fucking woman, because a man ain't just going to say hey. Now, look, I say hey when I was in elementary fucking school, but I'm not going to say that as a grown goddamn man, motherfucker. All right, let me get to this right here. This young man said this one here. Should a man, Bud, go on a short 3 to 4 month break in a relationship to improve? Okay, young man, let's stop right there. You are always improving yourself, even if you're in a relationship. When do you stop working on you, Bud?
You don't, and you shouldn't need to take a break to work on you.
Yeah, you should
be working on you during the why you doing whatever you're doing.
Right, you don't, buddy. And the problem is that to improve yourself, the more okay, sir, your money, okay, and your body cannot speak to a woman. So can y'all please get this fucking look, financial is responsibility, okay? That means that you have got to make a certain amount of money to pay your bills and put money away. Your finances have nothing to do with your fucking personality. Your body has nothing to do with your fucking personality. So y'all guys got to get this fairy tale thing that, Bud, these people on the internet are just indoctrinating these guys thinking that their money and their body matter to women, man.
Yeah, making them try to find reasons to lose.
Right, exactly.
Because they ain't got no money and their body ain't shit.
Right. So, and as I said before to you young man out here, is that let's see here, and return to his woman when he has that. Okay, look, young man, look. Everybody can't be a man. And everybody can't be a lion. That's why we have ducks and fucking rabbits and deer that eat grass. Sometimes, my friend, you just got to accept that your life is to be a pushover and someone to get walked over. And the fact that you're talking like this is the fact why you'll never be a man until you learn how to be one, and you got to learn it. But the guy is broken, man.
Yeah, you know, he said, should you return when you're in a better spot? I mean, no, I think you should leave her alone and let her go on her own.
Yeah, all right, Shell. We'll throw you back in, and yeah, all you hey guys, if y'all want to say hey to women, go ahead. But this is not the right room for you. Hey, guys. Okay, you know how? Okay, but I thought women say hey. I thought it's women that say that shit.
I mean, you know, I ain't gonna necessarily say hey alone, but you know, I might use that. But I'm finna say something else.
But I'm saying when you first meet a woman,
not hey.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're going around walking up to women saying hey. That's to me that's weird. That's gentlemen. Y'all can say hey you want, but I'm telling you, the moment you say hey to a woman, she gonna realize you're not that guy. Because hey, when the last time we heard James Bond do that? Hey, my Bond.
Hey, my name's James Bond.
Yes, James Jebediah Bond.
Shaken, not stirred.
Yes. Hey, man, come on, guys. Y'all, hey, come on, guys. Anyway, well, that's gonna be our show for today, guys. All right, man. Dog, you don't say hello. What is this, Lionel Richie? Hello.
No, it ain't Lionel Richie, man. Man, you're cold.
I don't understand this shit, dog. I don't get it. I don't understand. What I'm saying is to you guys out here, okay? All right. I'm saying to y'all guys out here, at the end of the day, learn the game.
Be cool.
All right, we out this joint, guys. We'll see y'all next week, man.